Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. We are from Section C and today we will be presenting on the topic stress and its effect on learning and memory in students. This topic is highly relevant in student education context where students face continuous academic pressure, competition and emotional challenges that can impact how effectively they learn and remember information.
Let's start by looking at what stress actually is. According to the American Psychological Association, also known as APA, stress is basically our body's emotional, cognitive, and physical response when what we are facing feels harder than what we can handle. In a school setting, students can experience stress from many areas: assignments, exams, social pressure, or even personal issues. And this matters in the psychology of learning because stress affects three important things: attention, motivation, and memory. For example, a student might study really well at home, but when the exam starts, their mind suddenly goes blank. This shows how stress can interrupt learning when they've put in the effort. So, understanding stress is really important when we talk about teaching and learning. And with that, I'll pass it to Tanish to continue.
Students face stress from multiple sources. Firstly, academic pressure, including heavy workload, exams, competition can overwhelm students. For instance, a top-performing student may feel immense pressure to maintain perfect scores. Secondly, time management challenges such as balancing schoolwork, curriculum activities, and personal commitments often lead to burnouts. Third, social and emotional challenges, including peer pressure, bullying, or feeling isolated, contribute significantly to pressure. Fourth, home environment factors like family conflict or financial difficulties may reduce students' focus on learning. Finally, physical factors including sleep diversion, poor diet, or also increase of stress level.
Stress can actually be divided into two types, positive and negative. Eustress, which is positive stress, is usually short-term and it helps motivate students. For example, feeling a bit nervous before a test can actually push a student to study harder and stay alert. But on the other hand, this stress is negative stress. This happens when stress becomes chronic and overwhelming. Students who experience constant worry may start to forget things easily or have trouble concentrating. Stress can also be acute, like when there's sudden surprise test, or it can be chronic, like ongoing pressure throughout the whole semester. And chronic stress is the most harmful because it affects learning, focus, and memory.
Stress affects learning not just emotionally but biologically. When students are stressed, the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, active and trigger the release of cortisol, the stress hormone. While short-term cortisol can enhance alertness, prolonged exposure damage the hippocampus, which is critical for memory formation and retrieval. For example, research by McEwen 2017 found that students under chronic stress show reduced hippocampal volume, which explain their difficulty remembering information despite studying extensively.
Chronic stress has several cognitive consequences for students. It reduces attention span, making it harder to follow lessons. It disrupts information processing, lowering comprehension and problem-solving ability. It impairs memory, affecting both short-term working memory and long-term retention. And also, it's lower motivation, making students disengaged from learning. For instance, X and quizzes, students often blank out during exam, forgetting materials. They add totally students which demonstrate the cognitive impact of stress. Thank you.
Now, let's analyze this issue using psychological theories. From a cognitive theory perspective, stress interferes with mental organization and schema formation. which disrupts learning. A stressed student may misunderstand instructions or fail to store new information. According to behaviorist theory, learning is shaped by reinforcement and punishment. A classroom that relies heavily on fear of failure or punishment increases stress, which decreases motivation and learning behavior. Humanistic theory emphasizes the importance of fulfilling emotional and psychological needs for effective learning. Stress prevents students from achieving self-actualization and reduces engagement. For example, a teacher who demonstrates empathy can significantly reduce anxiety, allowing students to focus on learning. Thank you.
From a neuropsychological standpoint, chronic stress activates the limbic system, which is responsible for emotions. This overactivation decreases the efficiency of the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for reasoning, planning, and decision making. As a result, stressed students may act impulsive, forget important information, and struggle with organizations. For example, students in high-stakes testing environments often perform worse due to lack of ability, but because of their cognitive resources, they are consumed by stress responses.
Teachers play a crucial role in helping students manage stress. So, here are some practical strategies that teachers can use. First, teachers can create a safe and supportive classroom environment. This helps students feel comfortable communicating and ensure they are treated with empathy. Second, teachers can provide a balanced workload by spacing out assignments and allowing flexible deadlines when necessary. Third, using positive reinforcement is important. Instead of focusing only on grade, teachers should praise student effort and improvement. Teachers can also include simple stress management techniques in class, such as short mindfulness exercise or breathing activities to help students calm down. And lastly, encouraging peer support through collaborative learning can reduce social anxiety and make students feel less alone. For example, even a short mindfulness break before a test can help students focus better and improve their recall.
So, beyond general stress management, teachers can use brain-based strategies to support students under stress. One simple approach is chunking breaking lessons into smaller, manageable segments. This makes it easier for students to process information without feeling overwhelmed. Another helpful strategy is movement breaks. Short breaks let students reset their focus and energy, which can improve attention during lessons. Multisensory learning is also really effective. Using visual, sounds, and hands-on activities together helps the brain form stronger memories because it engages multiple areas at once. Finally, encouraging students to reflect on their own stress triggers can boost self-awareness and emotional regulation. For example, a teacher might start a lesson with a 2-minute breathing exercise or divide the content into interactive modules. This small adjustment helps stress students process and retain information much more effectively. And with that, I'll now pass it over to Giridharan, who will talk about school-wide and family support strategies.
School-wide and family support. Behind the classroom, school and families play an important role in reducing stress. School can provide counseling programs, mental health awareness per week, and corners where students can relax. Parents should maintain realistic expectations, encourage open communication, and collaborate with teachers. Research shows that school offering combined support from teachers, parents, and counselors see improve student engagement and lower absenteeism and reduce anxiety levels. Thank you.
To wrap up, stress has a major impact on learning and memory, both in terms of biology and cognition. Chronic stress can affect the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, reduce attention, lower motivation, and make it harder for students to store and recall information. Psychological theories like cognitive, behaviorist, and humanistic perspectives help us to understand why stress disrupts learning in the first place. The good news is that teachers and schools can reduce these effects. Supportive classrooms, brain-based teaching strategies, and stress management activities all make a real difference. As a future educators, it's important to remember that a calm, safe, and supported mind is key to effective learning. Like the saying goes, a calm mind learns better than a pressured one. By understanding and addressing student stress, we can create learning experience that not only improve academic performance, but also support student well-being. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Here are the references we used for our research.